Morning, welcome to Headlines in Bed. Today is Thursday, February 11th, 2021. Thank you for joining me. Good to see you. Grab a cup of coffee, some tea, cup of yogurt, get comfortable, and let's get started. Today we'll start with Washington Post. Impeachment. House manages to turn focus to Trump's role and its impact on January 6th. Isn't that what they've been doing for the last 2 days? House manages to turn focus to Trump's role and its impact. Excuse me. Now out of office, Trump may have to face tax questions. Whether or not the former president is convicted at his impeachment trial, he faces an IRS decision on a massive refund and may no longer be able to conceal his tax returns. Excuse me. State and local GOP committees attack any Republicans who dare turn on Trump. A blizzard of censures and denunciations has been met by pushback by some elected leaders in Washington, and internal clashes threaten to mar midterm elections. Previously unpublished video shows Pence, Romney, Schumer, and others rushing to evacuate the Capitol. Audio and video help Democrats offer a detailed account of the attack, view the new video and other evidence presented. Yeah, that was quite dramatic to see the leaders of the leader in the free country, the leaders of the country who lead the free world, run for their lives. Senators shown scenes of rioters hunting for Pelosi Pence. The presentation commanded the full attention of the chamber, but it remains uncertain whether it would sway enough Republicans to convict former President Donald Trump. The evidence was strong. The evidence was well articulated. The evidence was vivid and factual. And to borrow a keyword from the presentation, it was the truth. Republican senators show emotion, but little evidence of changed minds. Whipped count where senators stand on convicting Trump. Cassidy's impeachment trial vote shows he might want to be a deal maker. When did January 6th rally become march to the Capitol? 5 takeaways from day 2. Opinions. The images of Trump's mob are unforgettable. The impeachment managers have sealed off Republican escape hatches. Trump's trial has crystallized the horror of January 6th. The Senate must convict him. That is the opinion by the editorial board. You can't hear that officer scream and acquit the man who caused it. Sweatpants are no longer a defeat. Every day you get dressed is a win. America's deserve a $15 minimum wage. Congressional Republicans don't agree. Coronavirus. The UK variant could sweep the world, warns top British scientist. Researchers identify social factors protecting some communities from COVID-19. Communities with high levels of interconnectedness and communal trust experience less severe outbreaks, according to new study. Oh. Interconnectedness. I wonder what they mean by that. And communal trust. By day, these teens leave the pandemic's upheaval. By night, they feel calls from peers who are feeling darkness creep in on them. Smaller cakes, shorter dresses, bigger diamonds. The pandemic shakes out the $73 billion wedding industry. Biden promises to reopen school in his first 100 days. Politically, it's dicey. France is seeing a baby, but 9 months after its first COVID. France is seeing a baby bust 9 months after its first COVID lockdown. Affordable Care Act subsidies likely to increase under congressional plan. And once again, I'm frozen. Don't mind me. Not a pretty picture, but don't mind me. Um, for decades, Donald Trump bullied Palm Beach to get his way. Now he's determined to make it his home. Israelis ask why hasn't the US president called the prime minister yet? Marina Carano is off the Mandalorian over abhorrent and unacceptable social media posts, Luca Films says. Pornographer and self-styled First Amendment champion dies at 78. Well, that's some news for you. Thank you, Washington Post. Quite a compelling set of headlines. Looking forward to reading the news. Let's move over to the New York Times. Prosecution will begin its final day of arguments in impeachment trial. The Democrats have about 8 hours left to make their case for convicting former President Trump. House managers are urging the Senate to hold Mr. Trump to a higher standard, not a legal definition of incitement. Read the latest impeachment updates. Never before seen footage shows Trump supporters on rampage. The case against the former President Trump opened with a narrative of his efforts to overturn the election and draft footage of the January 6th Capitol attack. It was sequential, it was effective, it was cause and effect way of demonstrating Trump's role in the insurgency of January 6th. Very effective. We have to relieve it. Images revive painful memories in Senate. Video evidence forced the nation's most powerful lawmakers to absorb the enormity of what happened at the Capitol on January 6th. Here's what to watch for the trial today. Impeachment video reveals a true American horror story. Using never before seen footage from January 6th, impeachment managers wove video from the Capitol into a narrative of terror, our television critic writes. Trump Justice Department sought to block search of Giuliani records. What is incitement? Trump's trial may hinge on it. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. barred from Instagram over false virus claims. Mr. Kennedy, the anti-vaccine activist and former environmental lawyer, had 800,000 followers on the site before he was blocked over sharing debunk claims. The vaccine had to be used. He used it. He was fired. 10 doses of the COVID-19 vaccine would expire within hours, so a Houston doctor gave it to people with medical conditions, including his wife. The COVID-19 vaccine has become a new diplomatic currency. India, China, and other nations are doling out shots in countries where they seek influence. Read the news, the latest pandemic updates. Opinion. California making liberals square. Is progressivism, if progressivism can't work there, why would the country believe it can work anywhere else? How Germany lost control of the virus. Haiti needs help. This is what the US needs sense instead. Can we put Fox News on trial with Trump? What to tell the critics of a $15 minimum wage? Let's not forget Trump's failure to take care. What do right and wrong mean for the GOP? Aliens must be out there. Franz Lebowitz isn't buying what Jack Dorsey is selling. Arise, robocall resistance. What Mitch McConnell got right. Reddit is America's unofficial unemployment hotline. A Reddit forum has become a place to figure out how to navigate the antiquated and disorganized system for providing people a financial lifeline. Wow, this is interesting. Even though Reddit, for the uninitiated like me, is not a very easy to navigate platform. But hey, if it's helping people get information, good for them. Unemployment claims decline but remain extraordinarily high. Read updates on the economy. Biden team wants to transform the economy. Really, in public and private, President Biden and his advisors have signaled some big interventions to revive U.S. manufacturing. Will they really happen? We track where U.S. COVID relief has gone and what might come next. We compare the Biden plan with one by Senate Republicans and with the relief packages over the past year. Oh, well, the Washington Post headline wasn't as effective because it didn't have the name. It said pornographer. Anyone can be a pornographer. This is a much better headline. Larry Flint, who built a porn empire with Hustler, dies at 78. Well done. Headline. I mean, as a publisher of a sexually explicit magazine, he found himself at the nexus of a cultural and legal war and became an unlikely free speech hero. Wow. Well, with that, we thank the New York Times. And we close today with the Wall Street Journal. Winter layoffs show early signs of easing. Jobless claims fell last week to a level well below an early January peak, a sign the labor market is mending from a steep slowdown. Tencent, executive held by China over corruption case. By the way, Tencent is one of the largest, if not the largest, cloud company in China. On third day of impeachment trial, Democrats to finish presenting case. How much does a C-section cost? At one hospital, anywhere between $6,000 and $60,000. Hello? New federally mandated disclosures by California's Sutter Health illustrates the wide disparity in healthcare rates negotiated by insurers. CVS, Walmart decide who gets leftover COVID vaccine doses. Another remote work year looms. Clubhouse is having a moment. Is it all talk? Listen to the journal. Cash in pocket emerges as Democrats approaching the stimulus bill. NYC school reformer takes on admissions testing. Zombie baseball and MLB home run problem. PepsiCo snacks fuel latest results. The demand for Cheetos and Tostitos offset weak soda sales, which the beverage giant expects to pick up as restaurants and theaters reopen. Uber's food delivery business cost cuts cushion pandemic hit. Mini nuclear reactors offer promise of cheaper clean power. Next stop for electric vehicle SPAC mania at the Jetsons. Ubers and Lyft's surge pricing looks excessive. China tech policy at crossroads over commerce pick. Japan Olympic chief to quit after sexist remarks. The exit creates an unusual and disruptive leadership change just before the Tokyo Games, if they happen. And with that, we thank the Wall Street Journals. That is Headlines in Bed for Tuesday, February 11, 2021. Thank you for joining me. It looks great outside. Make it a great day. See you tomorrow.